Good evening, everyone. You're very, very welcome to our Monday night call. Thank you very much for joining us. This is our weekly call. We kick it off at 9 o'clock, and we promise not to keep you any longer than 25 minutes tonight. So my name is Elaine Allen, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you all on and for taking the time out to hear what we have to share with you tonight. For most of us, has been a health journey to better health and therefore a better us. So I come from a huge big town here in the middle of Ireland called Athlone, and I had a look at my own health when a health scare came to our family over 4 years ago. And it was at that time I was introduced to a program that really helped my own health, my kids' health, and my husband's health. And I've been able to work that with my family and friends as well. But I'm not going to be sharing my total story tonight. Tonight I'm going to be joined by 3 other busy mums. I have that have come to join us tonight and that have equally faced health challenges and have come on to calls similar like this as well, and have decided to look at what we're all about, and they're going to share their stories with you tonight. So we're just waiting for people to log on. It's just 9 o'clock, and quite a few people have logged on already, so I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes or seconds. We don't like to delay people. I appreciate everybody is busy, and you know, it's great that you've been able to log on to this call to hear what the ladies have to say. So yeah, I see everybody that is talking is on here tonight. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm going to call on Sheila Monroe. Sheila is coming in from Cork, and she has a great story to share with us. But before she shares the story, she's going to talk about a product that we all take, nutritional supplement that we all take, that she found absolutely super to really railroad her into great health and that of her family. So Sheila, if you want to unmute yourself there, I'm going to let you take it away.
Awesome. Thank you, Elaine.
You're welcome.
Good evening, everyone. And you know what? Well done, everyone who hopped on tonight. It's the August Bank Holiday weekend. And I know lots of you probably have a lot better things to be doing. But you made a choice to come on here tonight, and just want to congratulate you all. I'm going to take you through our very simple but very amazing product range called Juice Plus. And some of you may have heard about it before you get on this call, and some of you may not. But what is it? It literally is concentrated fruit and veg and berries in a capsule. It really is that simple. And I'm just going to show you here our main offering, which is our micronutrients. And what we've got here is our fruit, veg, and our berry. And what you've got here are over 30 different whole foods. So what you're getting are the variety of colours, the colours of the rainbow that most of us are not getting. You know, hands up anyone today who got like 5 different colours into them. I know I didn't, apart from doing this every day for 365 days a year. I know I'm not getting it. And you know, what is so special about this, or any whole food or any plant or fruit and veg? I think we all know when we read the papers, or you open up a magazine, you open up the Sunday supplement of a newspaper, any health section, what are they telling us? We're all looking for the answers, but what are they telling us? Every time it's the same. Eat more fruit and veg, eat a variety of colours. It doesn't change. The message hasn't changed. I've been on this health journey for 12 years now. So I'm always interested in the health food sections, or in the health sections of newspapers, and the message hasn't changed. It's fruit and veg. And when you look at what the World Health Organization or the US are recommending us to take, and the World Health Organization, for example, says we need to be eating 10 raw fruits and veg every day, organic preferably. And why raw? Because that's where all the goodness is. As soon as we start cooking, we lose a lot of the nutrients. So they're recommending 10. In the US, it's 9 to 13. And I don't know about you, but 9 to 13 is a lot of fruit and veg. And I know I don't get it, even on a good day. And that's what where this comes in. It actually bridges the gap between what we eat and what we should be eating. And, you know, why do we need to be eating more fruit and veg? These are our army. Like, literally, it's our army that literally goes into battle for us every single day of our lives. There's nothing like the nutrients, the micronutrients that we get from our fruit and veg to go into battle. They literally are. They're like the what are they, the Navy SEALs of the army. They really and truly are, and that's what these are. Because they go in and they just keep our bodies in check. They balance it out. They go in and whatever's going on, if there's nasty stuff going on, they go in and they fight it. And that's literally what this does every single day. And it bridges the gap between what we eat and what we should be eating. I was a very avid juicer when I came across Juice Plus, and it's a lot, for me, it's been a lot more effective than juicing, and the results have been a lot more powerful than juicing has ever given me. What I love about this is that it is the most thoroughly researched nutritional product in the world. It's got over 38 published peer-reviewed studies, and there's nothing out there like it. Really and truly, nothing out there like it. And to add to this, it also comes in a kids form. So if you've got a child between the ages of 4 and 18, they can get the Chews complimentary. They're complimentary. I don't say they're free. They're free to you, but they're sponsored by us, the franchisee, and the company. We co-sponsor it. Another phenomenal product that has been amazing. My boys are on them, and I know a lot of kids who have really benefited from these. And again, getting kids to eat enough fruit and veg, or any fruit and veg, and not to mention a variety of colours, is a struggle for every mum out there that I know. And I know when I introduced these to my kids, it just got rid of that mummy guilt that we have enough of, us mums out there, and we have it every single day. So these are just really powerful. So these are micronutrients. Okay, so this is like the doors, these are like the bricks in the mortar. So this is the most important thing, is the micronutrients from our fruit and veg. But we also have a great complete powder. I'm not going to call it a protein powder, because it's so much more, and I'm not going to call it a shake because it's so much more. This is called Complete, and there's a reason for it. It has got 5 different plant-based proteins, which are phenomenal. So it's got the complete range of proteins that we need. It's, if you're a vegetarian and don't get enough vitamin B12, there's a really high source of vitamin B12 in these. It's got amaranth, quinoa, spirulina, yucca powder, all these crazy things that I know I don't get every day, but I know that they're powerhouses of nutrition and macronutrition. So I add this to my smoothie every single day. I don't leave home without it. If I don't have it, I feel that as the day goes on. When I have one of these every single day, I eat really, really well. And what I love about these as well, we've got a great program. So the person who invited you onto this call, you can ask them about the programs that we have. We've got great programs and phenomenal support, great recipes that go with it as well, and a lot of fun. And people are getting amazing results from our programs, which we all love. Finally, we have other products within our range, but I'm just going to take you through the key ones, the most important ones. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about our plant-based omegas, which we launched last year. These are absolutely powerful. They pack a punch. They are basically what it is. It's leaving out the fish. Basically, we're leaving the fish alone. I think we've all heard about fish oils and how good they are for us. And it's not the fish oil, it's what the fish eat is what we're trying to get at. And that's the algae, all that really good stuff. And so what Juice Plus has done is they've bypassed the fish and gone straight to the algae. And very, very sustainable source and clean source of algae, along with pomegranate seeds, sea buckthorn, and raspberry seed oil. Amazing oils going into this, and it's been really thoroughly researched as well along the way. And just, this is a no-brainer, excuse the pun, but it's good for the brain. This is the food for the brain. Fruit and veg as well, but this is that extra food for our brain that we all need. So there are products, and I've been taking these amazing products for the last 7 years, going on 8 years now probably. And when I was first introduced to them, I was running on empty. I was a very, very tired mom of 2 small boys, and I was also and 5 years prior, I'd been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and tiredness was something that had come with that. And no matter what I did, and as I said earlier, I was an avid juicer. I did a lot of juicing. I tried everything, north, south, east, west, you name it, I did it. But I couldn't get rid of my tiredness. I couldn't get my energy levels back up. And when I was introduced to Juice Plus, the juicing had pretty much gone out the window because I had 2 small children. And I don't know, for any of you who've juiced out there, it gets quite tedious after a while. And it's not the tastiest. So this made sense. It made sense from the get-go. I was going, well, I've tried all the vitamins and the supplements, and I don't want to do them anymore because they're not food. I love this because it's food. It was easy. It just made sense. But I understood the importance of fruit and veg because I'd been trying to get more into my diet in the 5 years prior, but I never understood the power of fruit and veg until I started taking these. I really and truly didn't. And it was what gave me my life back, and it gave me my energy back, which was something that I had been missing for 5 years. And for me, that was my life, energy. And I think for most mums out there, it really and truly is. And after that, it was skin, hair and nails. And just, I look at my whole family now, my kids, my husband, and just our overall health and well-being, what it is now, and this is, 8 years on, it's better than what it was when we started. And I feel so hopeful for what, the next 10 years has to give us, especially knowing that this has got my back. And then with the business, that was, again, a no-brainer for me. At the time, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I really missed my financial independence. It was big. I was a corporate girl, and I think for a lot of mums out there, we all start, we've got our careers, and then we get married. It wasn't like in the back in the day, which wasn't that long ago, 40 years ago, when women had to give up their jobs as soon as they got married. Our lives are very different. We were career women, financially independent. And I know a lot of mums out there like that. But then we make a choice to stay at home and look after our children, and that goes. Our bank account is down to zero and stays there. So that was something that was which I missed, and also the intellectual stimulation of having something to call my own. But I didn't want to go back to work. I didn't want to get back into that rat race and pay for daycare, which by the end of the month I wasn't going to come out with much. I might have enough for groceries, but I'm paying most of my salary is going. I'm paying a stranger to look after my children, and it didn't sit right. So what I loved about this was I could do it around the boys, and what it gave me was, I was living in Australia at the time, and it gave me, it empowered me to make my own money so that I could go home and bring the boys home every year, and also just to be able to buy that nice dress, or upgrade my hairdresser. I downgraded my hairdresser because I wasn't earning, and just the little things. It's the little things that this pays for, the fun and at the start, and then who knows where it can take you. I never knew it was going to take me where it took me, and that is, it literally inspired us as a family to move back to Ireland for 18 months. And it was off the back of this business, because you can do it from anywhere in the world. My business is in Australia, but I'm working my business here in Ireland. And that's the beauty of this. You've got this amazing flexibility with it to do what you wish with it, if you want to. And that's the beauty of it as well. You can do whatever you want if you want to. And I definitely wanted to. I wanted more from my life than just the norm. And I've gotten so much from this. I've gotten so much from my health and a financial perspective. This product and business has been phenomenal.
That's brilliant, Sheila. I always love hearing your story and working with you. That's what this business is about. It's just meeting fantastic people who support one another. That's number one, isn't it, Sheila? Yeah. And just simple and easy. That's all we do. We just roll, tell our stories, and off we go. And my next lady on is a very special story, Julie. And it's Julie's first time actually really to share her story on one of our calls. So Julie might be a bit nervous, but you're amongst friends, Julie. You have a very special story to share. I know that. And I'm delighted to welcome you on. And Julie, I'm going to let you share your story with our group tonight.
All right. Thanks so much, Lee, and thanks, Sheila, for that. Yeah, it's a difficult one because it's to do with bile. We never like to say that word out loud, but we do. So back in 2012, I started the menopause. I'd never had any issues before. I was always well, I ate well, everything was great. But suddenly I started the menopause, I was tired, I was sluggish, and I just didn't want to get out of bed. And my bowel just decided it just wasn't going to behave. I had lots of bleeding, lots of discomfort, I had lots of investigations, including 4 colonoscopies, polyps removed, discovery of precancerous cells. They then went on to discover I had an anal fissure from all of this. So if you don't know what that is, it's a huge tear, and mine was particularly deep. I actually thought it was just a sort of leftover pile from childbirth, but it wasn't. They decided that they would try and treat this with various creams, ointments, you name it. I used it. One of the ointments in particular, it worked by taking the blood from various other parts of the body straight to the fissure, which meant that it gave you a blinding headache. So mornings were finely tuned because I couldn't actually tie my own shoelaces. I had to be prepared for work, I had to go to school, and I had this blinding headache till break time. And then it was okay. It just went away. This went on for 4 months. It didn't work. So we went various other things. It didn't work. The last thing we tried, and they did say it would come with various side effects, was Botox. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll give it a go. So the side effect of that is, of course, if you Botox your back passage, you have no control over your bowel. So I knew that I would probably be wearing nappies for 4 months. And indeed I did. Now, Maureen's on here, my colleague. She didn't know. I didn't tell anybody. I just kept smiling through it because it was just so painful. I just so needed it to go away. And it worked. It was brilliant. Fantastic. Botox, great, on the National Health. It was fantastic. However, my consultant said, you know, you need to do something to improve your bowel. And I said, well, I eat well. I eat lots of fruit and veg. You know, my degree is in sports science. I know what to do. I have been doing it, but for some reason, the menopause just made everything really slow, sluggish. So I went and searched. I found Just Plus, and lo and behold, Katie Matheson was the person I needed to speak to. I knew Katie. I didn't, she had just started doing Just Plus, so we didn't really had that conversation. Katie and I did our degrees together. She's younger than me, but we did our degrees together. So I met with Katie and thought, do you know what? Yeah, I'll give this a go. Can't really work. I was really skeptical. Honestly, I was. But the pain I'd been in for so many years, the Botox had worked. There was no way I was going back to that. I had 4 years of it. So 2 years ago, I went onto the premium range, increased my water because of the capsules, and waited. And 4 months in, yeah, it is fruit and veg and berries. It takes time. It's not a magic pill that you swallow. 4 months in, yeah, my bowel had sorted itself out. 6 months in, I had my energy back. I wasn't getting out of bed in the morning wondering when I could get back into my bed. Suddenly, I was having a life again. I was going back to being a present mother. My daughter will say that. And it really worked for me. It really did work for me. So I'm a big advocate of it. I will always want to be on it. I will be on it probably forever. I've had no more investigations. My energy's back. My zest for life is back. It hasn't stopped the menopause. It's not going to. But it has, the nutrition has made a difference to me. And I don't have that feeling of being sluggish. I feel well. All right. And it has just been great. I've had no more colonoscopies, no more investigations at all, no more side effects, no more bleeding, no more Botox. It's been brilliant. My daughter is also on the product. She has IBS, and it has really calmed her IBS. Now, it's not brilliant. She still has the odd bad day, but she knows with taking her capsules that she is getting the goodness that she needs straight into the bloodstream. It doesn't have to go via her gut. So she's really pleased with that. Now, as for the business, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really, because it's also to do with money. It helped me pay for my product, and I needed help paying for my product. I'd already had lots of friends, neighbours, colleagues. I'd encouraged them to go and see Katie to get on the product. They saw a real change in me. They saw how my life had improved hugely, how well I was. So it was also something, I teach PE. I was teaching GCSE PE. I'm really interested in nutrition. So that was another thing. And lastly, I'm coming up for retirement. So I thought, well, I want to keep my brain active. I need something that I'm really interested in. And this was it. So that's how I see it. I'm building my business for the next 2 or 3 years so that I will have that income coming in. And I also have good health, and I can share the good health with other people. And of course, I get to drink coffee, lots, tea, or the odd gin. So for me, it's been great. A great product to be on. I love it to bits. So thanks, Elaine.
Absolutely brilliant, Julie. Seeing it as it is, and sometimes it's quite difficult to talk about those things, especially as a woman. We don't like to hear it coming out loud, but absolutely fantastic. Again, back down to good nutrition. Absolutely loved hearing your story. So thank you so much for sharing. And again, a lot of people get involved in business for that reason, so that they can pay for their own product and start to build for something bigger. Fantastic. Really, really excellent to hear your story. Thank you. And another lady who's going to come on, she's going to talk, she's a busy mom. She's going to cover some of our children's health study. Daniela, are you on there? You might unmute yourself. You're very welcome on board.
Hi, Elaine. How are you?
Hiya. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thank you.
Thanks a million. I'm going to let you take off.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle. I'm from Coleraine. I just wanted to come on tonight to tell you a bit about how I came across the products. I'm a busy mom of 3 kids. I've got a 7-year-old, 5-year-old, and 2.5-year-old. So life's a bit hectic in here. So basically my story comes back to my 2.5-year-old who was born with chronic constipation. So obviously as a mum, you try your best to do what you can to make life a bit easier. Now, no amount of fruit, veg or medication was helping my toddler. It got to the stage where Rohan was heavily dependent on lactose, specialised drinks, numbing gels, suppositories, and basically was a very unhappy child at the best of times. Initially, I just was at my wit's end. I just needed something else. I was fed up. Doctors were fed up seeing me as well, I'm sure. And I seen a post from our lovely team leader, Katie Mathewson, who had no sickness in her house, and I seen that it could help gut health. So, of course, I think on the Sunday night, I messaged Katie and asked for a bit more information, and we all got on board as a family. So all 5 of us now take it, including my husband. So after a few days, basically there was no end to Rohan's bowel movements, which for us was amazing because we could go up to 2 weeks without even one. So I think it might have been about 3 weeks down the line where we completely were medication free. We didn't need to use anything. There was no blood in his stools. His attitude, his mood, his sleeping habits, his bloatedness in his tummy had all come back down to normal. And we are nearly a year, we're just a few weeks off a year on the products, and we have never looked back. Going on to myself, I have noticed my energy is just through the roof. I am not tired anymore. As a busy mum, I'm sure you all agree, you just don't know how many hours of sleep you're just going to get, especially with young kids in the house. You could be up, 10 times in the night. I don't know when to go to bed. That's my problem now. But I am forever thankful for getting the products. And I'm just trying to think. So basically then, we started the products, and then in January of this year, I just had decided to tell my family and friends about it. I was so passionate about how I felt about the product, how it was helping me and my family. So initially I just wanted to share it with everybody, and I took the franchise out in January, and it's great. It's a little bit of income coming in for me, it's a bit of independence. I have been a full-time mum now for 7 years at home. So I give up my career to have my kids. My husband, he's a business owner anyway, so money wasn't really the issue, but it certainly helps towards those little treats and a wee bit of independence for myself. So yeah, that would be my story, guys.
Thanks a million, Danielle. Absolutely great as always to hear your story, especially the results with kids, because we are so passionate about family health as well. And as Sheila mentioned, any adult who takes Juice Plus can sponsor their child through the Children's Health Study, so that they effectively get it for free, but we pay that contribution as a distributor. But that's because how passionate we are about starting our kids off young. So guys, you've heard some tremendous stories tonight. We're on 21:25, so I'm not going to delay you at all. I just want to say a massive thanks to Sheila, to Julie and to Daniela for joining me here tonight and sharing their stories. And you can see from their own get-go that they're just sharing exactly something that has helped their family. And if you've been invited on this call, the person that invited you will either get in touch with you or you get back to them within the next 24 hours. We'd like to just get feedback from yourselves, and if there's anything we can help you with going forward, whether you want to look at the products or look at the business. As some of the girls mentioned, a lot of people get involved with this business because we're all time tight and money frozen sometimes, and it's a great way if you're concerned about not being able to afford the products. Are not expensive, believe it or not, and they're not going to cost any more than a cup of coffee a day. And we have special installment plans and everything, so make sure you talk to the person that's invited you on the call. But some people just feel going forward, they want their whole family on it, and they feel it can be a little bit pricey in today's busy and expensive lives. We have a super, little business opportunity that costs €60 or 50 sterling that you can get involved in, and we can help you earn commissions and therefore ease that financial, pressure if you feel so, or if you want something bigger, like Sheila, like Julie, like myself. I wanted something bigger. I have my own business, but I needed an extra income. I wanted to be able to take more time away from that busyness and spend it with my kids, but also have enough money to go out. No point in having loads of time and not having a few bob to spend it. So that was important to me. But now I'm just passionate about sharing something that has really transformed our health, and as you've heard tonight, the lives of many. So it's always a pleasure, guys. We're here every Monday night from 9 o'clock, and we're on every Monday night. The link is the same. Please pass this on to any family, friends you may know that this product, because everybody should have Juice Plus on their table. That's the way I look at it for breakfast. It's needed by everybody, especially in today's busy lives. And again, get in touch with the person that has invited you on. They cared enough about you to invite you on. And thank you all for taking the time out. We're 2 minutes gone by. I'd say good night for now, and thanks to each and every person that shared the story tonight. Talk to you later, girls. Bye-bye.